Hi, my name is Grace Farrington, and this is my submission for the Dillon's Spirits Development Program. I'm first going to jump into why I'm passionate about spirits and why I want to build a career in this industry. So I've always been passionate about spirits, and growing up, my fondest memories of family dinners was always the toast at the beginning of the meal. I loved how it brought everyone together, and we'd share a little bit of what we were grateful for that day. And to this day, when I cheers, I'm still reaching far across the table to make sure I clink glasses with everybody sitting around. And what really draws me specifically to Dillon's is how they craft their products with local ingredients. I'm a big believer in community, and I really value that aspect in supporting local farms and businesses in the Niagara region. As for building a career in the industry, I love that this field combines my passion and fond memories of spirits with my education in business. There's always new innovations and trends, such as non-alcoholic offerings that offer so much room to grow as an industry and also professionally that I'd love to be a part of. What excites me most about working in a guest-facing role at Dillon's this summer is the chance to build connections with guests in the tasting room. One of my life mottos is life is about collecting and sharing stories, and Dillon's products have such an amazing story behind them. Every bottle feels like a piece of that story, and I'd be thrilled to share it with guests, especially when they're as passionate about the product and the Niagara region as I am. I think it would be a unique opportunity to not only represent Dillon's, but be a part of memorable experiences for people who are discovering it for the first time. So to dive into my education background, I studied business communications at Progr University, and I chose it because of the unique program and also the great location. So when applying to schools, I had a big toss-up between studying business, which would help me go into sales and marketing, and then also studying communications, which is a vital part to learning how to tell compelling stories and connecting with people. Brock is actually the only school that offered both. And after touring the campus, it really felt like a no-brainer. The area has such a great vibe to it. The Bruce Trail's in my backyard. There's rich culture and history in the Niagara region, which I find so fascinating. And the best part is the plethora of local distilleries like Dillon's, breweries, and wineries that are just a stone's throw away from here. So without a doubt, I feel like I've made the right choice. Being a part of Brock not only gave me great education that will be the foundation of my career, but taught me meaningful life lessons through internships and exchange semesters that I will carry with me for life. So one of the best teams that I've worked for was with Purity Life Health Products. Working in a corporate office setting at 19 was a little bit daunting. Everybody around me was a seasoned professional, and I was just starting out. However, the team there, they never made me feel less than, and they supported me like family. With their mentorship and guidance, I was able to seamlessly integrate myself into the team, really hone my skills, and leave work each day feeling like I added value to the team. What made it so great was the sense of community. Everyone brought their own unique expertise, and we expected each other's strengths. And because of this, we collaborated really well and were able to solve problems in a positive way. So when it comes to customer service, two things that I think are really key, in my opinion, are active listening and personalization. I would think these skills go hand in hand. By actively listening to a guest, you learn about their needs and wants and are then able to give them a personalized service. So for example, if a guest comes in looking to purchase Dillon's Dry Gin 7 to make a Gin Daisy cocktail, I can ask them follow-up questions to see if they have the remainder of the ingredients at home. They mentioned that they don't have any Dillon's Orange Bitters, but are on the fence about buying it because they only need a small amount for this one cocktail. So since they like the refreshing Gin Daisy cocktail, I would ask them more questions about their flavor profile. And then I would recommend that they could also use the orange bitters in a gin fizz, for example. So asking questions to learn more about the guests ensures we understand what exactly they're looking for, and personalization allows us to tailor our approach so that the guest feels special. To me, it's about creating a connection and making sure the customer leaves satisfied, but most importantly, wanting to return for more. Great customer service to me is about going beyond expectations and really delivering that wow factor. It's just not about meeting the need, that's the bare minimum. It's about making the experience memorable. So recently I had an incredible experience at Starbucks earlier this year. I went in to order a seasonal drink, Irish cream cold brew, amazing. Sadly, they didn't bring it back this year. So I was initially a bit disappointed and I was at a loss for what to get instead because I really had my mind set on this one drink. So the barista asked me some questions about my flavor profile and he made a recommendation and I went with it. He said if I didn't like it to let him know and he would happily make me a new drink free of charge. I was totally blown away by that. After being initially disappointed, the barista went above and beyond and made sure I left happy with a product that I thoroughly enjoyed. And that's still a story, like I told everybody about it that day and I still remember it to today. Okay, so now for my sales pitch. If I was a territory sales representative with Mark Anthony and I was trying to sell Dillon's Dry Gin 7 to a retail liquor store manager, this would be my pitch. I'd start by emphasizing what makes Dillon's Dry Gin 7 stand out amongst its competitors. I'd highlight that Dillon's has relationships with local farmers to source our ingredients from the Niagara Peninsula. The ingredients are simple, but taking the time to care and produce the gin in small batches makes the spirit wonderfully complex, which you don't find in mass-produced products. By choosing small batch, you're supporting independent distillers and their dedication to the craft. Secondly, I'd refer to market statistics, because if they aren't sold already, it will be hard to argue with these numbers. According to Statista, gin sales have been on the rise for over a decade, and in 2023, gin sales in Canada reached a peak around $451.33 million. I'd also highlight the growing demand for ethically sourced and sustainably produced products in the alcohol industry. According to Market Research Intellect, consumers are actively seeking out businesses that prioritize ethical and sustainable practices. These customers are actively seeking out products just like Dillon's. Dillon's story of craftsmanship and local pride is perfectly positioned to meet that need and would definitely resonate with customers at your store. Finally, I'd like to wrap up this interview by highlighting why I think I'm the best candidate for the Dillon Spirits Development Program. I think I'd be the best fit for this program because of the energy I bring to the room. I'm innately a people person. I want to get to know you, and I really thrive communicating and connecting with others. I have the right mix of education and grit to dive headfirst into this program and learn about the industry and what it takes to be successful with Dillon's and the Mark Anthony Group. I would hope to grow alongside Dillon's and turn this into a career where I can see myself building long-term relationships and creating memorable experiences. I'm eager to learn, ready to contribute, and excited to be a part of Dillon's continued success in an innovative industry. Cheers. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my interview.